Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wake up, Wilmington. Look at this lovely bunch on here today.
Well, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed too, man.
We're, well, I don't know about that. We're bookended by the guys in the black hoodies.
Yeah, the old fat guys.
So you guys, we're smiling at least. We got two lovely ladies in here today, Molly and Maddie, and they both look like they just come off The Walking Dead. Come on, smile, ladies, smile. And then Dustin is the highlight. Look at him smiling there in the middle. That's what we are.
He's our new lumberjack.
There, Maddie. That's better. Maddie's like, I'll smile like I'm going to kill you with a knife later. There you go.
I'm going to smack you around a little bit after the air, Charlie.
So this should be an interesting show today. Like everybody knows, it's 25 degrees right now. It is Tuesday, April 8th. That means you have 1 week to get your taxes done. If you haven't got your taxes done, get your taxes done. We got ours done, and then they wouldn't take them. They wouldn't. They called and said, your wife has to get a certain code so we can do it. So she's been dealing with the IRS trying to get this code because I guess maybe somebody tried to steal her identity or something.
Jeez.
What does she mean by this? She should
So,
signal cut out already.
signal cut out already. I don't know. Wasn't my singing.
Oh, she might have thought that. I tricked your mind.
Oh, did you? See, well, you shouldn't have done that.
She might have thought that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
No,
See, you
Kevin
get.
Martin saying yeah.
There we go.
Yep. So did you cut my mic out?
Yes, I did.
Wake up, Wilmington. I'll get it 2 or 3 times now.
Yep.
You booted.
Good morning, everyone. Stephanie, how are you? The woman who needs to be making cookies for a living.
Hey, don't talk to me.
I just did. All right. Well, we got some news. Guys, feel free to comment. Okay, anything you want to comment on this? Flooding. What do you think about the flooding?
Oh, craziness. I mean, I've seen all the videos out of Portsmouth and Cincinnati, and I wanted to drive down there the other day, but you couldn't get past Merlin Way because...
Do Friday.
Huh?
What the Reds going to do Friday?
Oh, well, the Bengals bubble practice field is flooded.
Yeah.
Really?
And the parking lot is flooded, so they can't even get in to do their workouts right now. So it's crazy, but
New
it is.
Richmond looks interesting. Have you seen the pictures coming out of New Richmond?
Oh, yeah, them poor folks.
Oh, wow. They had like some restaurant was like, I don't know, Knights or something up in front of it. And heck, the water was like halfway up the
Did you
Yeah.
see they
Knights.
took the boat through that one restaurant?
Boat went through a restaurant?
They took the boat and went through the
No,
restaurant.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen all the drone pictures and the guys with the kayaks where the Serpentine Wall is at Sawyer Point Park in
Yeah.
Cincinnati. They've got, oh, yeah, they've got the kayaks going through it and everything else. And, of course, the drone pictures are really cool that the guys have got going out
Right.
nowadays.
There was one restaurant that they took all the equipment out and they flooded the restaurant with fresh water to keep the river water from coming up in. They was hoping that the fresh water
Would.
hold it back so that the cleanup would be.
Well, river water isn't salt water.
Yeah.
That water was disgusting.
No,
But-
clean
Yeah.
The river water's
Clean fresh
disgusting.
water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't blame them for not wanting that in their restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what's in
It's
there.
hard to tell what's all floating around that river
What
water.
happened to Hooters?
Do what?
You can't get to them.
Charlie?
I don't know. I haven't paid any attention to that. Becky Osborne's watching. Matt Beamer's watching. IRS is watching. Laugh out loud.
They're always watching you, Charlie.
Early voting starts today. We have a issue 2, which has something to do, I think, with government grants and things. I don't know a lot about it. We will research it. Do you know anything about it, Dustin?
Yeah, Jeff Linkus spoke about it yesterday at Cape May.
Well, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about it. Just give us the thumbnail.
I think it's like infrastructure that helps small governments get infrastructure grants and things from the city or from the
State?
Yeah, federal
Okay.
government. Yep.
So I don't know why we have to vote on that. That sounds like something they
I
could
think
have
it
just
renews every
voted
10
on.
years.
Oh,
so
is that
you
what
have
it
to
is?
just, yeah.
Okay. All right. We got some sad news to report today. And I tell you, this stuff, even though I'm 60 years old, this still hits me. A friend of mine I went to school with, we found out he passed away. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened. And it was Rob Yule's brother, Alan Yule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Yule family.
Oh,
Yule's IGA.
IGA.
Yeah. He was 61. super nice guy in school. I think he played drums, and he also was on the football team. And yeah, it just kind of hits home a little bit. I'll be honest though, the worst thing as a teacher, and I can go right now through. There's a couple lanes in our cemetery in Sabina where I can go. Had that kid, had that kid, had that kid, and all in one lane. It seems like there's a bunch of them, and that's even worse, because why they shouldn't be there yet?
No, not yet.
But you never know, folks. You never know. Alien Sedition Act was upheld by the Supreme Court. Did you catch that?
Yep,
Yep.
5-4.
Yep. So that means Trump can go ahead and keep deporting them, and if they're terrorists in our country. Yeah. One thing I have a problem with though, we are deporting some of these people that have committed serious crimes here. Why don't we just put them in our own jails?
Oh, good.
Why do we send them back to their own country? Does that make sense? Why? Does that make? Am I wrong here? Somebody clear me up.
Wouldn't that cost money for us to?
That's the only thing I'm thinking about is money.
But I
Is
would rather
because
it cost money than them get free and cost another life.
In those jails.
oh yeah, and with
Yeah, it's just that they're not here. That's the only.
Well, some are in jails, but some aren't. Some they just send them back, deport them. I don't really want them deported. I want them put in.
Some countries
Prison.
aren't. Some countries are refusing to take them back.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would too. I wouldn't take
They're
them.
not coming back, Charlie.
I hope not. I hope not. Very important news here that you're all dying to hear, but I heard it on the national news this morning, so I thought, how stupid is this? But I'll go ahead and tell you all. Did you know the day is 28 seconds longer now on Uranus?
oh jeez.
Nice.
It was on national news this morning.
Is that breaking news, Charlie?
That's
Your
breaking news.
that's your tidbit for the day, folks.
Rachel caught it.
It reminds me of my Star Trek joke. You know what Star Trek and toilet paper have in common?
No.
You don't know what Star Trek and toilet paper have in common? They both circle Uranus and wipe out Klingons.
Oh gee.
Dustin's cringing on that one. All right. Stocks were mixed yesterday. Somebody from
Charlie
the
needs to be on the game show.
somebody
Yes.
from the Trump
Needs to be on the
administration.
Gong Show. Go ahead, boss. It's
Somebody
your
from
show.
the Trump administration come on and said that they may hold the tariffs back, and the stock market went up like
Oh, it went
a
bananas.
bunch, and then they found out that might not be true. So
Well,
then it
Dow,
fell.
they were.
It's mixed.
Dow opened 168.
It's mixed right now. It's mixed right now. So, sports card show this Saturday. You need to put that in your thing. Every month, this guy's having a sports card show out at the
Expo building at the
Expo
fairgrounds.
building. Yes,
Free
10
free
to
admission.
3. Free admission. Or anybody who wants to come in and look. Vendors, I think it's $20 for the first table and $30 for the second one. I think.
Probably the other way around. Usually it's a little cheaper the more tables you put out.
Maybe it's 30 and
30,
20.
30 for the first table, 20 for anything after that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's not bad either
No,
way.
no, it's not. I missed last one,
I
so I
think
might
you're
have.
right. I think you're right. Trump on his tariffs says to be courageous and patient, folks. Don't be a panicking. That's his word, panicking. He
Panicking.
created a new word. Did you hear that yesterday? Panicking. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't be a panic.
That'll be in the dictionary next year.
China could get hit with more tariffs because they came back and said, hey, we're going to tariff you more. And Trump said, that's fine. We'll just keep adding to it. So, which I don't care. China has ripped off the United States for years. So,
Their economy's crashing, Charlie.
Florida wins the national championship last night. Anybody watch that?
I watched it.
Oh yeah.
I stayed up and watched it.
Yeah, I was flipping between that and the Reds game.
And the Reds won.
Reds won 2-0, and
2-0.
Hunter Green went 8 2/3 innings.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a catch at the end. Though.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
left fielder made a nice catch to win the ball game.
Yep. Hunter Green, 8 2/3. Great.
But yeah, that game was a good game.
Now, I don't know all the story on this, but if you guys know any more of it, let me know. I guess there's been a lawsuit in colleges as far as paying college athletes, which NIL has already been there. But I guess now the colleges are going to be able to pay them directly from this lawsuit. Yeah, I know it's, but they're also going to try to, I think, regulate NIL, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, NIL is crazy because you got guys making more money their junior and senior years in college than you are making your first year of contract
With the pros.
with the pros,
Yep.
especially with basketball and football.
You know, college now, it's semi-pro.
It is.
If you're getting paid, if you're
It's
getting
minor
paid,
league.
Right.
you're no longer a.
I've said that. Yeah, it's the minor leagues now.
Well, it's still, with this sports betting, they're just destroying.
Oh, yeah, sports all the way around.
I
These.
like it. I made $30 last night. Because I also bet the under.
Contributing to it.
I also bet the under for the first half. I took Houston to win at halftime and Florida to win at the end of the game. Can't beat it.
Just remember, the IRS is watching.
Like $30, I don't think they can come get their $2 or $3 out of that.
Well, they're
All
actually
right.
getting rid of
Actually, you start adding it up. They also look at your losses too.
Yeah,
So
they're getting rid of 25,000 IRS agents, so
good.
they'll track you less.
I think they need to go to the border. There you go.
AI.
Hey, oh, that's true too. Now this is kind of interesting. Did you guys hear about the dire wolf?
What?
The dire wolf is back.
Yeah,
Were they,
The
they cloned. Yeah.
well, the dire wolf, if you're familiar with Game of Thrones, is the white wolves in that, and it hasn't been here for 10,000 years.
yeah, it was extinct.
But this biotech agency, Colossal is the name of them, created 3 of them, 2 males and 1 female. And I guess they took the DNA, they started with the DNA from a 13,000-year-old bio wolf, a dire wolf skull.
Haven't they watched Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Doesn't end well.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, because they got them at an undisclosed location here in the state someplace, and
Well, guess what they're wanting to do next?
Dinosaurs.
The woolly mammoth.
oh
The
jeez,
woolly
That's
mammoth.
what we need, a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
wanting to do next.
put them out there in Yellowstone.
All right, well, look, it's 8:15. We're going to take a break, but I have a couple little more things to go on news when we come back.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
You can walk in front of there right now. It's fine.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com,
I would hope not. As an
or
athlete.
give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
A major shakeup in the pharmaceutical industry as Flintstone Vitamins taken to task for tasting nothing like Fred or Wilma.
And as for Pebbles, well, she's already a fruity breakfast cereal. Why dietitians and nutritionists coast to coast are warning us to yabba dabba don't when it comes to ingesting these chalky childhood chewables.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Looking out for your health and well-being is just a sample of the kind of made-up news you can expect on The Murphy Report.
Earning the reputation as the mistrusted name in news isn't something that we take lightly.
In fact, most wouldn't take it at all.
And our efforts reflect that, with a trophy case in our lobby filled wall to wall with empty shelves.
Let the other outlets vie for trophies and your respect.
We're simply too busy making it up to care for such accolades, with a new report posted every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and YouTube channel.
The Murphy Report, with veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
And we're back. Anyhow, it's 8:17, 25 degrees currently, and I only had a couple more things news-wise. Trey Henderson might get a $63 million contract. That's what they're looking at right now. I think he's got to look at it with his agent and see what happens here. Plus, another thing we need to keep our eyes on, they're talking like, the Bengals only got one more year of a contract lease.
Yeah, they've got to do something by June 18th.
So, something needs to happen. Mike Brown acts like he wants to do it again. I saw something where if they move the team, ownership may have to change. I don't know why. But
because Katie Blackburn made a comment during the owners' meeting down in Tampa about, well, we're happy where we're at, but you can always look someplace else.
Well, and someone threw out the idea they ought to go to Chicago and share Chicago's new stadium. Half the year.
I think they'll end up in Tennessee.
The number one choice was St. Louis.
Well, that's local.
So who knows? By June 18th, we'll know, and then it's they got to sign the 2-year contract because they got 5 2-year extensions on this contract.
Probably the biggest bit of news I've saved until the end here.
Okay.
This is important for all of us, as Jerry Keplinger is now watching 10 times on my.
Jerry's a busy guy.
Yeah.
U.S. and Iran is going to have talks Saturday. I mean, something as far as that could affect all of us. That's big because it's supposed to be high-level negotiations. I think Trump might even be in on it himself. And folks, I mean, that's the scary thing about us being us. There's a lot of people that don't like us. I mean, you think about it.
Yeah.
The Houthis. You think about Iran and North Korea. China, I don't know about Russia. Russia seems to play both sides of the fence.
Canada.
We're not worried about Canada. Who cares about Canada? And Canada. Some of these countries got to realize that it's not the same when you're talking about trade. The United States is this big golden goose. Canada is like a little chick, as far as economies. There's you might have a bunch of land up there, but you have what, Rick, you said Texas is gross, what? Texas, the GDP is bigger than Canada's. So, that tells you something right there.
Yeah, that's great.
There aren't really any economies around the world that can compete.
Yeah.
If Trump wants to get this thing level so the playing field is level, he'll have his way.
And speaking of that, this is my last little news item, and it's just a small trivia question. What is the world's most traded product? What is the GOAT of products being traded? What do you guys think? Everybody guess. Well, just guess. It's okay. If it's wrong, it's all right. Most of the answers will be wrong. There's only one right answer here. What do you think the most traded?
This is the most traded
commodity.
Yeah, 2023, they traded $1.28 trillion.
Corn.
Corn. What do you think? You can do better than corn.
Come on, Molly.
She says cars. It's not cars, but
Oil.
what you got over there?
I was going to say gold.
What do you think?
I was going to say oil as well.
We have 2 winners. Oil, yeah. Crude, actually. crude petroleum. Tyler Mountjoy says eggs. Lately, that's
been a good one.
Now, but since you mentioned gold, let me go and get the word of the day out here. Gilded. Gilded.
You gilded, Charlie.
No, that's not. That's gilded.
That's gilded.
Gilded is means covered with gold, a thin layer of gold. So if you ever hear that word gilded, it means it's covered with a thin layer of gold. All right, we got Dustin here. Dustin puts out this lovely, we never really call it, what, a newsletter? Flyer? What do you call it?
Magazine.
We call it a newspaper because it used to be bigger, but we made it smaller so that it can go on direct mail.
So there we go. And it's called Real Change Wilmington. There you go. And this is what issue? Does it say on here?
It's the April issue, so.
But how many? What?
I don't know.
Don't know?
We lost count.
Have you got over 20 yet?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. So our front page story this month was that the city of Wilmington is considering alternatives to their curbside recycling program. So Michael Crow presented at City Council a few weeks ago that the program is needing to be funded somehow. So either there's a bunch of options on the table: taking it away, charging a fee, partnering with Clinton County Recycling, drop-off locations. So a bunch is up in the air right now. I thought it was cool that Michael invited Jeff Walls at City Council to give like an alternative view on the program, and Michael's ultimately leaving it up to City Council and residents to decide what they want to do with the program. So.
But they're not recycling now, are they? Are they still collecting for recycling?
Yes.
We still have those blue, I think they're called toters.
Do you live in Wilmington?
No, I mean, I still.
Is that closed?
No, I mean, I still take my cardboard over there.
Oh, so
It's still open, yes.
Well, I heard something, the city was doing away with it. They were doing away with recycling altogether. It's just too expensive and it's not.
Well, that's what the conversation is
They
right
have
now.
to haul it to date. They don't actually.
Yeah.
And keep it local, yeah.
I think at one time what Michael was saying is that there was a company called Abitibi or something.
Yeah, Abitibi.
Abitibi that would either come to Wilmington or pay us for our recycling, but then Rumpke bought them out, and now Rumpke's charging us for the recycling. So we're not making money anymore on recycling. We're losing money. So.
Now they don't charge you to recycle, right? Wilmington doesn't. Because I know there's some cities.
Well, it's probably included in whatever.
So
Trash, sewer, water,
Yeah.
and all that, yeah.
Michael said that they don't technically charge you because I guess they took a penny off of your trash bill and put it on a recycling bill.
Okay.
So it wasn't like they're not making any money on the whole thing, but they had to for some kind of regulations or
I
something.
know some cities, they charge you so much a month for the recycle.
So, to the common person out here, option A is what again?
There's tons of options, I think. But I think the bottom line is that we need to get the program funded somehow. And I think initially the thought was that we were going to have a recycling program to offset some of the trash in the landfill. But according to Mike, it only offsets about less than 1%. So it's not really helping our landfill have less trash in it.
That's right. That's right.
So Michael was around when this program started, I guess. He didn't initiate the toter program, but he was around when it started. So he has a long view of how this has actually played out the past couple of years, which I think is neat too.
I have no opinion on it because I don't know enough about it. I mean, I know we used to recycle cans and stuff, and we quit doing that because it just didn't seem like it was worth it.
I still do that. So the aluminum still.
Yeah, we used to do
is
that.
It still, I don't know, but is it still so? You used to have to recycle. This is a 1. This is 2. This is 5.
No, anymore it's all the same.
All goes.
Yeah, because I do plastic cans, paper, cardboard, and cardboard goes by itself in the blue containers, and everything else just gets dumped together.
Yeah, they probably sort that in date.
Yeah, so it all goes together now.
Do you guys
It still has
recycle?
to be sorted.
Yeah, but I just throw it in a big trash bag and go there and then empty the trash bag into the barrel itself. So yeah, you don't have to separate it.
Something that Michael said is when Rumpke bought out Abitibi and we started having to pay for our recycling instead of getting money, he initiated a commercial cardboard program. So companies around town could have a cardboard dumpster. And he was saying that there's still money in recycling like that. We have cardboard or aluminums, but when we have curbside recycling where it's just commingled,
Right.
there's less money in that. So there is still money in recycling when it's split up, but when
Right.
it's just all thrown into a bin, I guess there's less money.
Did they used to have a program where all the cardboard, they would pick up the cardboard and then they bundled it? That's been 15 years ago, probably. They had a
Maybe that's what he was talking about, because he said he initiated some kind of cardboard recycling program.
There was something, used to be something a long time ago, because I know we saved all of our cardboard. It all went into this big hopper, and then it went and it was bundled up.
Cardboard probably takes up more room in the landfill than any other thing that is thrown away.
Yeah.
I would imagine even
Yeah,
more
they try to keep you
plastic
from
or-
putting corrugated into it.
Plastic water bottles take up a lot of room.
Well, but they recycle those now, I think. I mean, doesn't Rumpke, even when they get the trash, don't they separate it still, or
Well,
don't?
they have to sort it at some point.
Yeah, that's what I was
There are
thinking.
differences in plastic. And if
Yeah.
you're gonna recycle it, unless it goes into the Dayton landfill, or it goes into the Columbus landfill, you know. If it goes to the landfill, it doesn't matter, you're not recycling.
So it looks like it'd be an interesting story to read up on.
Yeah.
Wilmington residents, let me just tell you, it's going to cost you one way or another. So you might want to get a voice in it.
Yeah.
You know, you may want to say, hey, you know, this is what we think. This is not what we think. And you got some nice. Who's that guy on the front cover there, man? MakeShark.com.
Helping to pay the bills.
I'll mess
And
with
who
you.
wrote that story?
Yeah, right here.
We did, I guess.
Yeah, it says you two.
Yeah. We actually got to interview Michael Crow after council, so it was good to hear him talk again about it. I like Michael Crow. He seems to be a guy who's a public servant. He ended
He'll
it
get
by
something done.
yeah. He just said that like, here's the options. He's gonna let city council decide. Like he could put it on the ballot or he could put it up for vote if he wanted to, but instead he's giving it to council, and he's gonna do whatever the community wants to do. So.
Yeah, he knows how to work the system.
Well, Michael Crow, if you're watching this, or if Dustin sees you, will you have an open invite here? Because I'll be honest with you, it's one of those things where I don't know a whole lot about it. And
Well, we could get Don Wells in here, he's watching every day.
yeah, Don Wells, get Michael Crow and you in here together. Then we open the page and we have Brad and Jen talk Trail House and South Ridge Brewing. And I'm trying to get Brad on the show. Rick had him, but then we had bad weather.
Yeah, that was the day that you couldn't make it because the power was out on that side of the city. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power was out, but Brad is going to come on the show here. And now, is South Ridge Brewing open yet?
Not yet.
When does it open? I'm sure it says in
They're
there probably.
under construction.
Yeah, they went in and redid the interior. Remodeled, yes.
Yeah.
That side of town would scare me. Nothing seems to really go over on that side of town.
Well, back in the heyday when I lived over there in South
Oh
Ridge,
no, I like it, but I'm just.
that was a
I'm
hot
not
place because
against
we
it.
had
Kmart was.
we had Kmart, we had the Bob and Carl's. Back then they would have those little totes you could put your groceries in and drive through, and they'd unload them and put them in the back of your car for you. So
One of the biggest things they had over there, they did away with. And it wasn't there very long, but if they'd have kept it, who knows, that really might have went. They used to have, and you probably won't remember this, they used to have a flea market over there in the Bob and Carl's parking lot. And that thing got so big, Bob and Carl's had to shut it down.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
well, it wasn't around that long. But it was something that was really thriving out there, and they shut it down. So, just saying. So Brad and Jen, have you eaten at the Trail House?
Yeah.
You live at the Trail House.
We eat there probably once a week.
Okay.
At least once a week.
Chad Carey brought in some grub from there one morning. Wasn't bad.
Your favorite person, Kat, and I ate over there a couple times.
Yeah, that's good for you. Better
So-
you than me after I hit myself in the hand with a hammer.
Yeah, if people don't know, Brad Hayes started Kava House, I think about 10 years ago.
But wait a minute, you know where Brad Hayes got his start, don't you?
I know he was a teacher and also at the General Denver.
Yeah, he was a teacher.
Right there's where he got his start. The evil
He learned
emperor.
all his business acumen from me.
Oh, yeah?
He worked for Rick.
Doing,
Next door at my nightclub.
oh,
At Sandy
fun.
Walker's.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, years ago.
Yeah,
That was a good place.
yes it was.
Rick created that.
Yeah, the infamous nightclub.
Now
Infamous.
Dustin, you could just see his thinking of Brad went from here to about here.
He didn't mention the nightclubs. That got left out of the story.
Imagine that. Well, listen, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk more about the new. And guys, where can they pick us up real quick before we go to break?
Kroger, Sam's Meat, and Fiesta Veracruz, and also coffee shops and restaurants around town.
So, and I tell you what, every one of them I've seen, they've always been very good, very informative. They do a great job at them. And, it's just, people live for this type of stuff. People want to know what's going on in their community. And, once a month is great. I saw Little Leesburg's putting out a weekly little newsletter like this now.
Nice.
It's, they got advertisers in. Sabina, we used to have a Sabina advertiser once a week.
But with the News Journal going to 2 days a week delivery, and then everything else is online, there's not much.
Well, in the News Journal, you go online. If you look at it 2 or 3 times, oh, you have to pay for it now. No, I'm not paying for it. So,
Well, as the News Journal has wound down, we need more sources of community.
Yeah, you don't get the paper 5 or 6 days a week like you used to.
All
all right, we'll be back.
Break time.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
All right, we're back. And again, we got Dustin here and Molly, and they are responsible for this Real Change Wilmington flyer they put out monthly.
Call it everything but a
Circulatory magazine.
I'm trying to give it a lot of titles. That way, if somebody likes a flyer, they can get the flyer. If somebody likes the newsletter, they can get the newsletter. See, it's all about catering to individual needs.
Oh, yes.
You believe that? I got some swampland in Florida for you. All right, so Brad and Jen talk Trail House and South Ridge Brewing, but they also have the Kava House, right?
Yep, yeah, Kava House. I didn't know this until recently.
Bed
but
and breakfast?
Bed and breakfast, they don't have that anymore.
They don't?
No.
And are they still connected with the one in Xenia?
Yeah, so I just learned recently that the one in Xenia is now a franchise. So one of their managers there now runs that one.
What's it called?
It's still called Kava House. It's just Brad had to get something off his plate to do everything else he's doing. So.
Oh no, that's great. I just wondered.
Yeah.
I just because I didn't know that. Did you know that, Rick? If there was another Kava House, I did not.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
That's the first I'd ever heard of it. Well, that's
In fact,
awesome.
That was open before Trail House was open.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like he knows what he's doing. It sounds like he's doing a good job. The only thing that would scare me a little bit, and I'm totally on the outside looking in, is don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, because that's a lot to take over.
That starts to concern me too. I think this Broush location he's going to have to really work hard to get that, because you're going up against Tin Cat, and Tin Cat's got the market in that part.
I think when we were talking, because we had a podcast with Jen and Brad, and that whole Southridge area is kind of like there's not really a lot there. So I was really excited that they're gonna like revitalize that area almost and give it some like. Yeah, for sure.
It's just that type of a business, especially since we already have a very successful similar business that's operating on Sugar Tree. It's really hard to.
I mean, we also have 2 Mexican restaurants and they do okay, so we can have 2 breweries.
That's a little different. Though.
Is it? Okay.
Well, they're both in 2. Well, I think the difference is where they're located.
Yeah.
They're both in 2 very well located.
Traveled areas.
Yeah.
It would be like me trying to reopen my nightclub since we have 15,000 less workers coming into Wilmington every day like we did back in the day at DHL. It would be impossible. This community can't support a night.
I think that they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna make it work. I'm excited for it.
Oh, I'm not trying
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
you're saying that. I think
it's going to be tough, and
Sure.
especially it'd be one thing if you were doing just that. But
Yeah.
the fact that you've got these other already successful businesses,
Yeah.
you don't want those successful businesses
To fall flat.
propping up the business that may take a lot longer to develop.
I think that what helped them with a trail house is that Terry and Josh Slayball, who own Wheelies, basically just like created the space for them and asked them to come
Right.
and be the vendor. So
Yeah.
that helped them a lot. They
Yeah,
didn't
they
pay
were
those
looking
costs.
for someone like that, and Brad stepped up.
But now they're doing it on their own.
Brad's doing a great job.
I mean, Brad's made it work, so I believe in him.
Oh yeah, no one's trying to throw any shade at what they're doing, but we all have that little concern in the back of our head because of the area.
Sure.
That's
I
what.
don't know
Yeah.
that it's so much the area, it's just the fact that the type of business that we're talking about is similar to a business, and that's a very niche type of business. When
Yeah.
you talk about, I know they're all over the place, but to have more than one in a small town like Wilmington, that's going to be the tough part.
Well, being on that end of town too, you know, they're maybe able to draw people out of Martinsville a little bit instead of coming all the way into town, and Blanchester, and the folks who live in Southridge area. It's a nice, 5 minutes, eat, nice parking area. Don't have to worry about traffic or anything. So
There's also all the employees who work at the industrial businesses around there, like
Airspeed and
Yeah, they all need to
further
get
south,
lunch, you know.
68.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, UPS is down that way. Yeah, they're still there.
Well,
but-
If I was to offer advice, here we go. I know. Here
Somebody's
we
gonna
go.
throw his 2 cents
Everybody
in.
loves my advice, and a lot of times I have good ideas, but a lot of times it's just advice.
Charlie's run so many restaurants and bars.
No, I'm not. No, but wait a minute. I'm going to tell you what I see that's popular in other towns, and I'm not saying they have to do this exactly, but something like this. Axe throwing.
Oh yeah.
Something like axe throwing, something that's different.
Yeah, but man,
Bring
axe
'em
throwing
out.
Axe throwing and people drinking.
and alcohol.
There's just something about alcohol and axe throwing.
That
Hey,
doesn't mean
Those go together.
I know.
Most of the bars
I don't know. It just-
that have axe throwing, they drink.
It kind of takes me back to one of my marriages that didn't end so good.
Oh, jeez. Well, let's
What do you
ask.
think, Maddie?
Yeah, Maddie, what do you think? She's ready to rock and roll.
Well, she's not old enough to drink yet, but she'll get there.
She's got those new.
She can draw an axe though.
She's got the new. She's got the new fake IDs.
Oh, is that it?
Wow.
Just saying. Just for your edification. But no, I mean, something, it doesn't have to be that. Maybe even just start a dart league. Start something that will bring people there.
Axe throwing takes up a lot of room too, Charlie.
Well, that's a big place.
Probably liabilities also. Money.
There's definitely liability.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's
yeah.
like-
It was hard enough for me to get insurance just because we had a dance floor next door. I can imagine what it's like when you say,
Well, you know what?
throw axes.
I bet they have those soft axes.
Yeah.
Like, like the darts, like the plastic darts. I bet they have stuff like that. I tell you, I saw something else, okay? Just something different to bring people there. Have you seen this where they putt? And it's like throwing darts.
It's what?
It's like throwing darts. Like they have this big circle with the dartboard on the floor, and you're back so far, and you have to putt. To where you get three balls, you putt.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the prices right now.
No.
It's something. That's
It's a
what.
dartboard.
Right.
So, like, you got to get your 320s, your
Yeah.
3 of everything, but you putt the ball there. It's pretty neat, really. And the thing is, anybody could do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be super talented to do
Here's
it.
our Clinton County Emergency Manager's comment.
So it's more on the weekend.
Diet Coke and,
Yeah, he said it's more on the weekend. Hard to generate revenue through the week.
Oh, shut up and drink your Diet Coke. All right.
Well, he's probably on his sixth. He's probably on his 6th or 7th.
Probably on
already.
about his 10th Diet Coke.
number 10.
That Diet Coke fades your brain, baby. I'm just telling you. Well, yeah, you do it on weekend, but that's why you have this thing called leagues, like golf leagues, like bowling leagues. The Monday night axe throwing league. the college night axe throwing league.
Yeah.
Get people to come out for that.
Hey, see? I'm just saying. Or the dart throwing league with the putt.
Golf, yep.
Just saying. Those are rookie numbers. So he must be up to a dozen.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I think if they were going to even contemplate something like axe throwing, there are portable axe throwing units that can come out, and you can put it in the parking lot and let them throw axes. And they can get all their axe in there that way, Charlie.
Just throw those axes, baby.
And if you've ever been in there, it isn't that big when you consider the fact that you compare that to where you have to have the room for axe throwing.
Yeah, they were supposed to have the one.
Enough.
I don't know if the one up there at the Destination Outlet's up and running yet.
I don't think that ever took off.
No, I mean
There's
the
a
signs
couple
are.
in Chillicothe.
Is there?
Yes.
Yeah,
A friend of mine, her husband owns it.
Up at Destination Outlets, it's out of Dublin,
Right.
up near Kevin.
They've actually franchised. They've got more than one spot
There you
doing
go. Quakers throwing axes.
Axes, yes. You know what? This could be a new collegiate sport.
Well, they're going to start doing pickleball.
We are
Not
fighting
throwing at each
Pickleball
Quakers.
will be an NCAA sport. Did you know that?
Pickleball? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't ever go.
I just think not necessarily, and I said as an example. I mean, it could be anything like that where you build something to bring people in, like the league aspect.
Well, now league something that's a good idea.
Yeah, darts or
Crazy Eights.
I tell you, if I was a new business, because it can't be that much to get this dart putt thing going, because all you have to have would be something that shines down on the floor, your dartboard, some golf balls, and some used putters. I mean,
The people at the table really seem as excited about that.
here's the neat thing about it. Everyone at the table could do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone at axe throwing, now maybe not everybody wants to do it, but you know.
Well, you got food, you got drink, and anything that you involve like that's going to take up more. I don't know. I just don't. I don't.
That's a big building.
Well, we're going to have Brad in here. I'm going to.
I'll give it to him then. There
I'll
we
stop
go.
in and talk to him again about coming in. We'll reschedule. But
I sent him a note yesterday. He's supposed to be getting back with me.
That will be
Something else that he said after the podcast, he said that they have to do some renovations to add a vat to brew their own beer.
That's right.
Because there's not enough space there to do that. So I guess that's coming down the pipe too.
Yeah.
So we need to have an actual brewery in Wilmington.
Well, yeah, they'll be brewing on premise.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea, of any of these brew places. But and they've got new vats they brought in. I think just in the last month they're at 10 Cat, but and they brew right there on the premises as well. They're hard cider. But,
I think that when talking to can our town support two of these businesses, everyone that I talk to about new businesses coming into town, especially Brad and Jen, they want them to come. So Wilmington's more of a destination, and we want people to come here. They don't see it as competition, and they see it as a good thing, like a rising tide raises all ships kind of thing.
I like the way you're thinking, but here's my only. People in Wilmington don't support Wilmington a lot, I find.
That needs a change.
Well, no, but do
pride.
you kind of find that as well? I mean, or
yeah,
not?
I think we're the most critical, probably. Yeah.
Because if I want a good steak, it's either Spillway or it's down
General
35 Chillicothe down to Roadhouse.
General Denver.
Yeah.
they have a good steak at the Denver.
I'm sure they do.
I don't know. I usually just get the fried green beans.
The bigger problem with the Denver is when they expanded, they did not calculate problems that would cause for their very tiny kitchen.
Yes.
See, and that's the thing, when you're in business, you have to think about all those things.
You got to think ahead.
If you've not been in that business, you don't cover your
Yeah,
base.
it comes out, you can bite you in the butt.
Yeah, that's what kills you.
But Wilmington also has to do things to invite people to come to their business. And on that thought, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
There you go, Don Wells, City Council. Good job. Good job, Don.
I like Don.
All right.
Oh, yeah, well, this is
Thank you,
great.
Don Wells. All right, take a break.
And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy.
City Council surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
Mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
He's the Howard Sprague of his community, a leader of several groups, living with his parents and dating one of the most eligible professional women in town.
but he's in no hurry to settle down and put that ring on her finger. The wait is maddening.
If they both weren't so darn adorable. Could it be nerves?
Or just enjoying the bachelor life a wee bit too much.
America's Couple sits down for an in-depth interview to share how they keep their relationship so fresh while keeping such a safe distance from one another. On the Murphy Report.
I know I can't wait.
But evidently they both can. The Murphy Report with veteran anchors Vanessa Del.
Oh, yeah. We have a map.
Well, maybe
Get it out
just
more.
put it in there every once in a while. And we're back. And with Dustin, Molly, Maddie, and Rick. What a lovely looking group up here. Look at these people. Why aren't they nice to have young people up here? It is. Dustin, how old are you?
35.
Nah, he's young. We'll count him. Yeah, he's still a pup as well.
Yeah.
All right. So then if we go, let's go ahead and talk. You got Boozum Advertising. You got High Living, Houston's, Roofx, Nailers.
Isn't Boozum in here Friday?
Boozum is supposed to be here Friday. Seth Caldwell, which I don't know Seth real well, but I'm looking forward to it because that guy's a trip, just from what I've seen on Facebook. He goes live from the porta potties. So. I'm serious.
I've heard stories, yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
Your type of guy, Charlie.
He is. I like him. Let's see. On the page 3, we have Main Street Veterans Memorial gets updates, and Wilmington College updates online learning programs. Who's the picture? Who's that girl in that picture there? Who is that?
That is Sydney Mertland. She is the assistant director of the Clayton County Homeless Shelter, and she was a graduate of Wilmington College for her bachelor's and also for her master's.
And that's something new Wilmington's done here in the last 10 years or so, is adding a master's for some things, which is good. So let's talk about the Main Street Veterans. Real quick, what's the snapshot there? What happened?
Do you want to talk about the snapshot?
Yeah. So they're basically finishing their Afghanistan war section on the wall. So they never completed that section. And they have multiple veterans in the county who are Afghanistan veterans and who have served like multiple campaigns, including Afghanistan. So they're going to complete that and then move some other panels around for like aesthetic balance. And then they've also added like a QR code. They'll be adding a QR code to the memorial, and like their website has a map now. So if you have like a relative or a veteran that you know on the wall, you can go to the map, or you'll be able to scan the QR code on your phone and type in your veteran's name, and the like interactive map will tell you where your veteran is on the wall, so you can like pinpoint where to look more easily.
That's cool. That's a nice Veterans Memorial. Zonnie Hoffer, how you doing? Good to see you on here this morning. I'm going to just give you a little Hargrave interesting fact here. Don't we throw any shade? It's my uncle. My uncle died in World War II. But it's interesting because it wasn't MIA, it wasn't KIA, it was DOD. You know what DOD stands for? I didn't until I found out that's how he died on duty. He was on a ship and it blew up. The boiler blew up and most of the people on the ship, died. And there's nothing left of him. But he is honored down there, Clarence Hargrave. And he's honored in several places around. If you go into Sabina Municipal Building, there's his name. If you go out to Wilmington, Denver Williams Park, he's on that list of names out there. And down here at this park. But DOD, so if you ever see DOD, it's died on duty. So just something different. You ever heard of that before, DOD? I hadn't either. So, all right, carry on. So Wilmington College updates online learning programs.
Well, one more point on the veterans.
Well, go ahead.
So, they're building a new veterans type building by UDF in town on Main Street?
No.
Have you guys seen that?
No.
You not seen that building?
Oh, you're talking about the one across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's down here. They're moving it up here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you meant like a memorial or something.
Are they closing the one on Main Street?
Yeah, it's for sale.
Up there?
So the one down that way on Main Street?
It's for
Yeah,
sale.
it's for sale.
Yeah.
But not the same veterans group though, I guess. We didn't know that. So the one that's by the county here is a different group than that one that's moving to UDF.
Leonard Scholar's watching. Yeah,
They're
they're
both going to be open.
I'm sorry. So the one by the homeless shelter.
The one by the homeless shelter
is moving out here.
No, it's moving out by UDF.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that the veterans group that's by the memorial is a different group than that.
Right.
I guess
This veterans group's more of the hospital.
I think it's more medical.
Yeah, this is more hospital. I think they work in cahoots together, but because I know like the one uptown, they're in charge of getting the veterans around to the hospitals and stuff. They've got like
Getting benefits,
seven or eight drivers down there, and if you've seen all those vans lined up, they do a heck of a job up there doing that. Yeah, so well, that's one thing. I tell you, there's another avenue you could go. Offer veterans benefits, like in some of these businesses. Give them a discount. People, that's one thing people rally behind in this area. If it's about veterans, people will show up. So, was there anything else on the veterans?
Sorry, no.
No, that's all right.
I just wanted to say because that was interesting.
No, that is.
I didn't know that until we asked them. So.
Yeah, and that looks like a heck of a nice building out there too.
Yeah, I'm glad someone bought that. That area was kind of getting rough. So.
Well, and the auto parts store that was there.
A lot of cleanup going around the city and the county. So that's good. It's positive.
Yeah,
I still want my underground parking garage.
It was a little rough. All right, so what else do we have here? Wilmington College updates online learning. What do you got there?
Do you want to cover this one?
Yeah.
I can give some kind of a history real quick.
Go ahead.
So, if I'm getting this correct, it sounded like when we talked to their leaders of the program there, that at one time, Wilmington College was on the Cincinnati State campus. So Cincinnati State has a 2-year degree. Wilmington College had a 4-year degree option for them on their campus there. And I think during COVID or a few years ago, they moved that off the campus and made it more of an online program. And then they're adding a master's program to their online now as well.
Okay.
And they're bringing it back onto Wilmington College's campus. So they're really doing a push here in the next few months for the next semester starts for their online learning or for their master's programs, because they really want to cater to people who are like working or can't go to campus like all the time, but older people like us want to get a master's degree.
Like us.
Like us. Yeah, come on, man.
People who have
I
jobs.
wish I was that
people who have
old.
jobs, But yeah, that's my gist, I guess. But Molly probably has some more.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. They have added a new core team too, so I think that's like one of the big things, just to focus on enrollment and bringing people in, and then supporting the students through the programs. So they have like a new core team.
Something that Corey talked about a few times recently is how undergraduate is not going to be enough to support colleges, like the undergraduate programs in general. So like Wilmington College has like their prison programs, other programs that are helping, you know.
They still have that?
Yeah.
I wonder, because I used to have to go down and play graduate when I was in college years ago. I graduated in '86, so it shows that how long ago it's been. We went down to Lebanon Correctional Institution several times and played music for their graduations.
Okay.
Which was interesting, needless to say.
We're going to have to look for new forms of generating revenue. There's going to be a lot of colleges in the future that will close.
Yeah.
And there have already been quite a few that have closed in recent years, since COVID. But I think that part of it is that young men are not going to college as much. They're going to trade schools. And it's only the young women that are continuing on the college path.
They,
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, they did also say that like the last baby boom generation was like the millennials. So like there are less students graduating from high school, but not because like there's less, you know, percentage of students graduating. It's just like there's less
people going to college because of that,
There's less people in high school to graduate from high school.
That's
and then
true.
like
Diminishing numbers. But that will change as the economy gets better, people have babies again. That's a lot of it too. Babies aren't born when you're worried about how you're going to feed them and put them through college.
Yeah, I think Corey's a good leader. I think they're doing stuff with the budget that's going to help college stick around, like Adam's master's program, just to help, more sources of revenue and value to people.
Sounds good.
What's that?
We love Corey.
Yeah, Corey's amazing.
Yeah, she's and she didn't walk into the greatest situation.
Yeah.
So hats off to her for trying to get it turned around and doing some things, because it's I can't complain about Wilmington with what I went there for, and all this college stuff is just crazy. The amount of money people owe when they get out, and I don't know. It seems like there's got to be a better way. Yeah.
College and healthcare have risen since the last decade faster than any other part of our economy as far as cost. College has kept about 8% a year. It's the same way that healthcare is, and that's crazy. But you look at the colleges; they're buying more and more property. Look at UD, and they bought everything that was NCR. These colleges, they're not losing money. They're just having to look at better ways to continue to keep the money that they're already generating.
Rita Wolf, Leonard Schaller. Leonard Schaller, I'm going to call you after the show because I got a guy that needs the oil change. Can't figure out how to do it. So we're going to get him down there to do it. Zonnie Hoffer, Jerry Keplinger's watching, Rachel Hargrave's watching, Rachel Hargrave's watching.
Rachel's a studio audience.
And Jerry Kepling. Yeah, we got a studio audience today. Anybody want to come in? Come on in. We'll invite y'all. Just bring donuts. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Thanks, Charlie. All right, speaking of that, let's do this.
Donuts. Getting a makeover and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need?
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
On the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us. Nursery rhyme historians uncover the truth about Jack and Jill.
There was no hill to climb, and new clues cast doubt on there ever being a pail. What could be next? The tortoise and the hare living together?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. The nursery rhymes may be made up, but the only thing made up here is the news.
That's right, Steve. On the Murphy Report. With a new report every week beginning Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Hard-hitting, cutting-edge, and a third less fulfilling.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
A combined 415 years in the news business.
It's made-up news you can count on to get you through your day.
And put you to sleep at night, just like me with my warm milk and cookies, and a plethora of heart-related medications.
Plus all the real news on what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
That's on the Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Let's get personal. Let's get personal. Sunday nights with Dr. Jeffrey Schusler and Sarah Play Me Like a Piccolo Fife from 5 to 8. Come on, be on or watch the show. We're looking for singles over the age of 21 now, I understand.
Right,
and we're going to have several editions. We've got the geriatric edition for Jerry Keplinger. We also have the Sasquatch edition for Jerry Keplinger. And Dustin might fit in that. I don't know. You fit in the... No, okay. And then we also have the young people. How old are you, Molly?
23.
Oh, Molly could be a guest. There we go. Molly can fit the guest. And Maddie is too young.
Yeah, this is
we
not.
figured out.
She's gonna work behind the scenes.
So we need single people. If you're single, you want to talk about interpersonal relationships and how screwed up you are. This is the show for you. Sundays, 5 to 8. Sundays, fun days.
All right, we'll let you come back, Charlie.
All right, here we go. Just giving you some birthdays from people in the area. Katie Taylor, 40 today. Sharon Bagley Snodgrass, 77. Spencer Pauley. He said he was like 101 or something. I know that's not right. Shelly Marie Gross is 42. Here's a guy you ought to interview, because I bet you he's got a lot of neat stories about Wilmington. I won't even tell you where he lives. Super nice guy. You'll appreciate me telling you this. Bob Burning. You know Bob Burning?
Mm-mm.
He lives, when you turn into Wilmington High School, the little White House right there on the right?
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
Okay.
Super nice guy. And has lived here for many, many years. He used to be a big UD Flyer fan. I don't know if he still is or not. But if you ever want to do like a little history column in there, which would be interesting. There you go. Donnie Parks is 40. All right, that's all we have for local birthdays.
Oh, good.
Now, for celebrity birthdays, you guys ready to guess some ages? Here we go. Oh, don't give me this oh no stuff. Patricia Arquette. How old is Patricia Arquette, actress?
62.
62 is too high.
Double nickel.
55 is too low. Bracketed. 55 to 62.
60.
55 to 60.
58.
55 to 58. 55 to 58.
Don't be shy, Molly.
57. There we go. We got a winner. Peggy Lennon of the Lennon sisters. You guys that are you guys under 40, you have no clue. So, so she's old. The Lennon sisters. Peggy Lennon.
91.
86 is too high.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
84.
84 is correct.
Oh.
Good job. Good job.
I thought she was old.
Steve,
I'm a sugar bear and fruit loop.
you guys will have to ask Steve Howe.
And this guy's controlling our sirens for tornadoes.
Mr. Diet Coke. Steve Howe. Anybody know who Steve Howe is? Owner of a lonely heart. Guitar player.
I still don't know who that is.
Guitar player for Yes and the rock group Asia. Steve Howe.
76.
76 is a little low.
75.
76 is low.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to wake up.
That's how Wilmington education. He didn't go to East Clement.
78.
78, we have a winner. There we go. Ding, 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 ding.
Wilmington now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
John Schneider. One of the Dukes.
Dukes of Hazzard
yeah.
boys.
Curly blonde hair.
Yeah, John Schneider.
No, did he have the dark hair?
Yeah.
No, he's the blonde.
He's coming to do a benefit for Hazard, Kentucky.
Is he? Makes sense. Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. So
John
what were the guesses so far?
No, none.
None.
59.
59, he's older than that. I'm 60.
69.
Lower, bracketed between 59 and 69.
65.
That's it, 65. Guys are on it today. I can't even get a drink of water.
There's a ton of us here.
I know it. C.D. Lamb. Rick has to guess first.
69.
Rick, C.D. Lamb plays for the Cowboys.
Yeah. Hey, no, Jerry Jones will be paying for him when he's still 69.
Every
You know,
answer.
Charlie, what I've heard, rumor has it, since the Bengals are going to be moving and everything, you know who's going to the Cowboys, the quarterback.
Yeah. Nah, Joe Burrow won't do that.
No, see, well, first they're going to trade Press. They're going to trade their quarterback up to the Browns.
Browns, yeah.
And then the Bengals going to trade Burrow down to Dallas.
Burrow
No,
will be a Cowboy.
not happening.
It's happening.
C.D.
Mark
Lamb.
my words.
25.
25 is just a little low.
26.
26, there you go. Terry Porter, retired NBA basketball players, Portland Trail Blazers.
44.
Higher. Which has surprised me. It's older than what I
Yeah.
thought.
54.
50.
Older than 54.
Wow. Okay. Well, jeez.
That's what I said. It surprised me. Terry Porter.
In his 60s?
Yes, low 60s.
63.
Just a little high.
62.
You guys can guess too. You just don't have to sit there.
I already guessed.
62 is right. Yonder Alonso. Met, New York Met. Still plays.
32.
Higher. I didn't realize he was this old.
He's older.
36.
Higher.
42.
Up, bracketed between 36 and 42.
40.
Bracketed between 36 and 40.
39.
Bracketed between 36 and 39.
38.
38. There we go. All right. We have some very famous people that were born on this day that have since passed away. Betty Ford, John Havlicek, Gary Carter, and Catfish Hunter.
Relief pitcher for the Oakland A's.
Yep. All right, now.
The other day, we just talked about Dennis Menace now.
He had the big
Well, he just
handlebar
died
mustaches. Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
Dennis the Menace, died. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. Plus, Rick Morton, I don't want to steal his glory, but I'm going to anyhow. He's used to it. Just want to remind everybody that the bridge on State Route
72 will be closed starting Monday for 150 days.
150 days.
So if you live in Sabina, going to Cincinnati or Columbus, you're going to have to find another way to get there.
Go 68 or 73
Yep,
or 22 and 3.
or all the back roads out of Sabina.
Yep, there
So
you
yeah,
go.
they must be doing a complete bridge replacement.
That will probably affect traffic into Jamestown too.
Oh yeah. I mean, in that little corner of the county, you got
Wilmington,
three
Bowersville.
different school systems. You got Jamestown, Trace, and in East Clinton, right there in that 71 area. So it's going to be fun for the bus drivers, the semis, and when the farmers start moving stuff around, it's going to be a pain in the neck.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's not the
So-
first time that's been closed. In the last year, they were closed for about 45 days too.
Yeah, they've got the paperwork already stapled up on there. So yeah, it's going to be a fiasco for 3 months.
All right, chain connection. So how do we want to do teams today? We could do the girls against the guys, or we could do the outlaws against the in-laws. How you want to do it?
What?
In-laws and outlaws. But nobody's just related, so I don't know where he's getting that at.
Well, you two are like on the staff here,
Oh,
or
okay.
volunteers.
Okay.
These two are the guests. So the guests against the staff, or we could have the youngins against the old ones. What do you want to do?
So many options.
You guys tell me what you want to do. Who do you want to be your partner?
I don't care.
Well, one of these three. Pick one.
I don't want to pick.
We can do us. We can do us two.
You two?
Us two versus those two.
Okay, here we go. The in-laws against the outlaws. Now,
Tone it down.
Maddie,
I'm on.
you got
All right.
the mic, because I'm going to keep my mouth shut this time.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna leave me.
I'm gonna give you the choice though. You can go first, or you can pick the column.
Do you care? What do you want?
You want to go first or pick the column? A or B?
Go first.
Go first. So you guys pick the column. A or B?
What column should you not
Huh?
pick?
A.
They're picking column A. You guys are column B.
I know better.
All right. So
Grasshopper.
Yes.
you guys remember how we play the game? I'll give you a word and the first letter of the next word. You got to figure out what the next word is.
You made for this.
Okay. Yeah, this is word games. You should like this. It's Chain Connection. It's on every day.
Charlie, she's seen the game.
No, have you seen the game on TV?
No, she saw the game last time
Yeah.
she was here.
I don't think I've seen it on TV.
Yeah, it's on
but-
TV. It's on the Game Show Network.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know. Something made me sneeze.
All right, here we go. High R.
Who's
Oh,
guessing
that's a
right
good
now?
one, yeah.
Those two.
Yeah.
High rise.
High rise is correct.
Yeah.
Rise,
Runner's high.
rise,
Right.
A.
That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't have to.
Is it just one word?
You don't have
It's supposed to be one word. Yeah. Rise, A.
Want to say it?
I would just say it, yeah. That's
Rise and shine.
All right, here we go. For the in-laws over there. Neck, P.
Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
Neck, pillow, is that your answer?
I don't know.
You're going, that's right. Neck, pillow, yeah.
There you go.
Pillow, F.
Fight.
Is that your answer?
Yeah. I was young and run.
Pillow fight is right. Look at you going today. She is awake. Fight.
I'm always awake. You
Such
just
expression.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah,
fun of me.
you're always awake as you walk in like this.
It's just my face. I don't know.
Fight F.
Yeah.
Fight F.
It is.
I'm drawing a blank on that one. Fight Friday? I don't know.
Is that what you want to go with?
Sure.
All right. Now, you guys, if you had your phones, you could look. You might get some help here.
Yeah, we saw that hint
Yeah,
last time.
Justin's already seen.
Rise, A, B.
You wanna say it?
Oh, is it Rise
It
Above?
works.
Is that what it is? Rise Above.
Rise above. That's right. Above, G.
Oh, I know.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Above ground.
I would think
Is
so.
that not it?
I think it was.
Is that what you're going with?
Above ground.
Above ground is right.
It's always better to be above than below.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Ground, L.
Oh, yeah.
Ground level.
Ground level. That's right. Level, O.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking like level out, level off, something like that. Level off.
Level off.
Level off. For the win.
Oh, wow.
Dang. Dustin's rocking here.
Yeah.
Molly's helping too, but Dustin's like, hey, I got it.
The construction things.
Off, W.
I think it's like off white, like the color, but like,
Maybe.
do you have a better?
I don't know. Off white, off the wall, but that's different.
There's a the in there.
I know. Off white.
They just won.
Oh,
Off white.
nice.
Yeah, look at it. You feel accomplished. Hey, look at it. It's like, yes.
I think
All
that's
right.
the quickest.
That's, yeah.
Let's help the others, the in-laws.
Oh,
out
thank
here.
you.
Fight FA. Anybody can answer.
Yeah.
Fight
Fan,
FA.
fight.
Huh?
Fair.
Fight fair?
Fight fair. That's right. Fair T.
Trade.
Wait, what?
Fair trade?
Fair trade. That's right. Trade S. Trade school. School B.
Bus.
School bus is right. That close. Look how close you were to
so
get
close.
So close, but yet so far.
That didn't appear close to me.
No, so close, but yet so far away.
If they'd have got that one, they might have run it. If
Yeah.
they would have got fight fair. All right, well, we're going to take a break and we'll be back here in a minute.
You might want to think
By the
twice
way,
before
you
putting
smell
forth
something.
any effort in improving your station in life. Why, being all it's cracked up to be turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be.
Just ask the Liberty Bell.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up news you didn't know you needed to know, including all the latest real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
With the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
On a somewhat related note, Amanda, in my youth, I was once referred to as all that and a bag of chips.
I imagine nowadays you're referred to as all that and an extra large bag of chips. Fried in lard.
Absolutely. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization event or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
I never will forget one time.
Mics are hot.
My son was about this tall.
You're back.
We're back. Gerald used to talk about a squirrel and his nuts. I don't know what's going on
I
here.
want to hear some. Why don't you update us on your soccer exploits?
Soccer exploits. You had a game, didn't you? Cedarville, did you win?
Nope. We lost 3-2.
3-2. That's close.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Close.
Should have won.
Did you get goals?
I'm not playing.
You
I'm
didn't
still
play?
in PT.
Huh?
I'm still in PT for my knee.
So,
Uh-oh.
are you anticipating playing in the fall?
In the fall, yeah, but I'm not cleared yet now.
And so your next scrimmage is against who?
Ohio Wesleyan in 2 weeks.
And that's at Wesleyan.
Yes.
Oh, so you have another scrimmage. But the coaches can't go, right?
The coaches can go to Cedarville, but they can go to Ohio Wesleyan. We get one play date in the spring.
So they did go to Cedarville?
No.
No, they didn't go to
Okay.
Cedarville. That's why they lost by a point. The coaches were
Point.
there. So is there is one of the team members that they take over as a coach, so to speak?
Yeah, one of our seniors is graduating in the spring.
Oh, just great.
There you go.
So when do your matches start for real?
In the fall, in August.
Okay.
August to October.
And we plan on having them on Campus Nation.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're almost done though for the spring.
You know, they have a little elevator up to the.
Now,
Sure,
I'm
they-
just wanting them to have real restrooms.
Yeah, that's
don't
true.
try to push. Don't try to.
Oh,
push.
I know, I
That's
know.
real.
Yeah, we've been at so many OAC venues that actually have, you know,
Facilities.
up to date. Yeah. Well, the last one, the newest one is the Polar Bears. They've got some great stuff.
High Northern.
Yeah, yeah. We did a football game against with Wilmington there. But anyway,
Anywho.
we'll be covering soccer, at least ladies soccer.
Yeah.
For the Lady Quakers.
Heck
this
yeah.
fall.
All right. Well, let's get back to the real change, Wilmington, as opposed to cash. Real change. Wilmington pet adoption. Whiskey is a 3-year-old friendly and playful boy who's mild-mannered with plenty of energy to play. He needs a home with space to explore. Is this from out yours, Paul's humane?
That's out of Paul's, yes.
So do you know Whiskey?
No, I've never met Whiskey. I hardly ever get over there anymore to see some of the dogs.
Why is that?
Well, with Janet all day on Thursdays, and then my schedule just.
Wasn't that Paul's, Janet's?
No.
Oh.
No. Janet's
What's
got her.
Paul's?
Paul's is the shoulder. Janet has her own business beside Paul's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Janet's is D&G's Paul's and Claw's Snack Shack.
Okay.
Which is her business for doggy school, treats, food.
So you just help her out.
Right. And
I
every
thought
now
you were
and
helping at the
No, I get over there every now and then. And like this past weekend, they had their big raffle there at the Eagles for Paul's for them. So I was there that night for those folks also.
Did you win anything?
No, 4th year in a row I've come out of there bone dry. I think the last thing I won was a oil change at Bush, but of course I had to pay the difference between a regular oil change and the synthetic oil change. Yes.
Still.
Yeah, it saved me $30.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and then we also have on the back page resource to highlight how to become a community volunteer at Clinton Memorial Hospital. Would you guys like to expound upon this one?
Is that like a candy
I
stripe?
can a little bit, and then you can Yeah, we spoke to Veronica Graybill, and she just kind of talked about like the process of becoming a volunteer, so that you have to complete like an application and a background check, and talk to Veronica about like your interest, so like where you'd like to be placed in the hospital, and then a couple other things. But she said they have like under 30 volunteers right now, and ideally they need 40 to 60, so they really need volunteers.
There you go, Rick.
See what else I can get into.
Volunteers all the time.
Yeah.
I think after COVID, she said that some of the older volunteers didn't want to come back into the hospital.
That makes
They
sense.
dropped some volunteers during that time.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of roles people can do. I think they can volunteer at the gift shop. What other ones?
Yeah, she said like gift shop, like front desk, checking people in, like the mother-baby unit. Pretty much, I think she said like every department could use a volunteer. So pretty much like any department at the hospital that you're interested in.
There you go.
Veronica's also the chaplain too, so she'll go around and pray with families and stuff at the hospital.
There you go. One place I try to stay out of, any hospital. You know? Then you also have the events calendar on the back here.
You don't have to worry, Charlie. They don't have a psych ward there.
That's okay. That's all
Not
right.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, so some events. I guess you guys are talking about the transit extending their hours this month.
Yeah, we have mentioned that.
I ran into Jonathan at the raffle, and he said it's doing really well. They had the Murphy movie this past Friday, Field of Dreams. They had like 2 or 3 people use the cab to get home or whatever. But he said the workers, right? He said the workers are really using it, and he was talking like they're going to have like 10 drivers for just the Rock the Block weekend. So they're gearing up, and it's really doing very well so far. He said the
city to do that back in the mid-2000s when I had the nightclub next door.
Yeah.
Because we wanted they wouldn't.
Yeah. So.
The administration wasn't
Right. So that's sounds according to Mr. McKay, is doing very well.
good.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder there, young man.
Michelle Tebow, we just talked about volunteers out at your place of business where you work. She says, I'm back and I missed all the games. Darn it. See, they like the games.
Michelle, don't encourage.
Thank you.
Yes. Pretty
Thank you,
soon it'll be
Michelle.
nothing but 2 hours of Charlie's game show.
Yeah.
That's the most fun you had. Just don't be sour because you got your ass beat today.
I
all
know.
right?
Hey.
Man, you're sour because you got.
I am just a happy-go-lucky guy, Charlie.
They
You know.
took you to school today.
They did. They did.
It was that made one mistake and cost
And
me.
it cost me. But you know, sometimes
Dustin and Molly were like, yeah, they're flexing on you.
sometimes you get that one word that hangs up, and then you're stuck.
That was funny. You guys just.
Well, hey, at least
Well,
the
even when you got answers right, it was Maddie.
yeah, I know.
Don't be sour.
I'm not.
Don't be sour.
You're throwing shade, Charlie.
I
I
am.
already lost. Let him,
No, I'm just. That's like
let him have
Trump.
his dignity.
That's like Trump. That's my retaliatory tariff.
2 against 1.
Yeah,
That's my retaliatory
Maddie was
tariff.
kicking the ball down the field today. I was just sitting back watching.
Maddie did a good job.
No, you ain't gonna say anything, Maddie?
She's
No.
agreed. Her silence is
Not planting
agreement.
the flag, so forget it.
No,
All
exactly.
right. So,
Other events?
What? Yeah, you got what other events you got? Earth Day.
Earth Day is this month, which is why we featured the recycling article on the
Makes sense.
page. Yeah.
This Friday's the last Friday for the fish fry at the Catholic Church.
How many Fridays did you go?
Matter of fact, this will only be my second.
Really?
Yeah, the one I was going to go last week, but of course the rain and stuff, I didn't want to try to roll from there to over to the Murphy.
Been terrible.
Yeah, so it hasn't been the best, but they've had good turnouts. So
Normal temperature for today was 60.
yeah,
We're not making.
wind chill was like 10 or 15 this morning. Yeah, it was really fun.
The low would be 40.
Michelle, just go ahead and stick your finger right in it. You're all right. Just stick your finger right.
And I see here on the calendar events also, April 12th is the Easter egg hunt at the park.
And they're encouraging plastic eggs this year.
Yes. That's all.
Okay.
Dustin's looking at me like, what are you talking about?
The library's Easter egg hunt's back at the library.
Library, yes.
When we checked, they said 10 a.m. was the start time. I'm not 100% sure they didn't know when we published it, so check with the library, but I think around 10 a.m. is when it's going to start.
Sabina Moose usually has one. Blanchester. I mean, they have them all throughout the county. So.
Yep.
Or, yeah, I need to get you. I don't have it with me. Daggone it. Have I got you on Facebook? I don't know.
I don't have a Facebook.
Well, you need a Facebook.
That's probably why you don't have him on Facebook. But nobody that young has that much on Facebook, Charlie.
No, because us old folks, us old folks took over Facebook.
It's on my Facebook.
Yes.
I got a whole car
Instagram
schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can add you.
Yeah. I can just send it to you. Then we don't have to search for it. But yeah, I mean, we've got a bunch of events coming up with car shows. Chubby's Pizza Cruise will be probably the 3rd. Actually, it'll be the 5th next week. Next week, if the weather's good, we'll be down at Chubby's from 5 to 8. Have you ever been to Chubby's?
Do it anyway,
Good
Charlie.
food. Good food.
Yep. I see April 25th is the season kickoff for the food truck rally at the Dove Church.
Yes, I'll be there for that. I'm playing music Friday again.
From 4 to 8 o'clock, so come out and get some good grub from the local folks.
They pay me a little money, but they feed me, so that's good.
Free food's always good.
Free food is always good. Free food.
There's an Earth Day cleanup on April 22nd at Lytle Creek, which is right next to the trail house back in there.
Yeah.
So meeting kind of around the 10 cap area, Midnight Auto. I think TimberTech, or is it?
I think
is a sponsor.
Yeah.
So they're helping clean up the creek. So come out to that, volunteer on Earth Day.
Was there other things going on? Was Arbor Day this month, or was that last month?
What's Arbor Day?
That's the trees. Where people plant trees.
Plant trees, yes.
Is that last month or this month? When's Arbor Day?
That's this month, isn't it?
Is it? Somebody look that up. Kevin, let us know when's Arbor Day, because that's usually we get like trees sent to us, and you can go out and plant trees. Which, see that thumb right there, baby? That's a brown thumb. I have planted one tree that's actually lived. And I've tried to plant several. Like you get the Christmas trees with the balls. I planted several of those. I just have no luck with them. But then I found this stupid little sapling out beside my house. It was already kind of getting decent. Planted it. Thing's thriving.
It's poison ivy.
No, it's like 30 feet tall. It's still thin, but it's April 25th is Arbor Day. So there you go. That'll be May then. But lots of stuff coming up. Summer's finally going to get here, folks.
Sooner or later.
It's going to get here. I tell you, the weather, the rain has been awful. The storms have been awful. I've got to cut down 2 trees now because of these storms, just because it's taken so much of the limbs, and it's not good.
Pine trees always.
Yeah, well, and they're old trees, but I'm afraid they're going to hit the house.
But now we've had cold weather like this all the way into June.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But don't say that. We don't want that to happen. It's time for a break. We'll be back in just a minute.
You might want to think twice before putting forth any effort in improving your station in life. Why being all it's cracked up to be turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be.
Just ask the Liberty Bell.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up news you didn't know you needed to know, including all the latest real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
with The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
On a somewhat related note, Amanda, in my youth, I was once referred to as all that and a bag of chips.
I imagine nowadays you're referred to as all that and an extra large bag of chips. Fried in lard.
Absolutely. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Mine has village administrator. Sure, we're born ready. And it's slowly getting a little warmer. It's a whole whopping 26 degrees right now. Max 47 today. And what's sad is that's the highest temperature for the next 3 days. Saturday, I do want to throw out Ryan Briggs is having his sports card show out at the fairgrounds. It's 10 to 3. Plus, my understanding is he's adding toys, some toy vendors out there this week. So if you have nothing else to do, I think the weather's supposed to be nice Saturday.
Yes.
Have you guys seen that? So Saturday, I think I'm going to set up. I set up last time. I think I'm going to set up again. I'm going to try to bring some different stuff. My two biggest sales was a Samuel L. Jackson autograph, and then I had a Bernie Sanders autograph too, believe it or not. A picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of autographs. I used to have a baseball card shop years ago.
Yeah, it was called Behind the Home Plate, wasn't it?
Yeah, Behind the Plate.
Yeah,
because two of us that were in it were umpires. Behind the plate. Yeah, so. Yeah, and I've kind of toyed with the idea of opening something like that back up at my little shop across from the laundromat in Sabina. I don't know. Right now I got a ton of DVDs in there I need to get rid of. I can get rid of them cheap, like 3 for $1, if anybody wants them.
Yeah, because I know New Vienna's got, their library's got their DVD and some...
8-tracks, Charlie.
I have some 8-tracks in the garage still, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I need to clean out stuff. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but try not to do it. Try not to become a pack rat. I'll tell you.
Oh.
And I will be honest.
Can you get a car in your garage, Charlie?
Not right. I could in like 20 minutes.
You're a pack rat.
I could in 20 minutes. I could get it. But one of the hardest things is when my parents passed away, I got a lot of their stuff in my garage. And and they've been gone for a long time, but to this day, it's still hard to go through that stuff. Because it just, the memories it brings back. You see your mom's writing on stuff, and it's tough. It's tough. So if you ever have to go through that, just give it some time, because everybody has to go through it at some point. But it's one of the most no fun things that you get to do. So sorry, I digressed there, but. It's one of those life things we need to.
You've got it. Everybody's going to be put in that situation sooner or later.
So take advice from me. Try to clean stuff out, especially what you leave for your kids to clean out.
Oh yeah, that's sort of Austin already said when I was.
That's my
Charlie.
revenge.
Sarah must not be playing her piccolo or whatever, because she just asked you, does anyone have DVDs?
You know what? I traded a guy. His kid needed some shoes, and I had just got some Jordan shoes in. So I traded him like 100 DVDs for his Jordan shoes, because his kid needed the shoes. Am I going to get my money back out of those DVDs?
No, but you made a kid happy, and you helped somebody else.
The kid I really like.
Well, and you helped him out. You know, that's the whole that's the whole deal.
But now I'm stuck with all these DVDs. I need to sell. If anybody wants DVDs, I got them cheap. Just keep that in mind. Let me know. Let me know. I could probably sell you the whole bunch for next to nothing. I don't think I'm gonna bring those out there Saturday. Though I'd like to bring some of them out there. I don't think they'd sell out there.
Probably not. I mean, I got sports DVDs. I've still got.
No, actually, I could look for that.
I've still got some military stuff on movies. I mean, I still got the first 3 episodes of Star Wars on VHS tape.
And see,
I mean, you know,
I want to keep that.
Yeah, and Austin says that when you're gone.
Well, at least it's not Betamax.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But you know what? I went to that Comic-Con. Rachel and I went to that Comic-Con in Nashville about a month ago. And you know what? Several people were selling. You remember the big video discs?
Oh yeah,
I had a disc player.
And those are coming back. People were selling those and watching them, you know, right there in their booths. So, have you ever seen one of those?
No.
They're like a record album.
This big.
They put them in, but it's a video.
And that was originally how they had the first movies that they could actually that you could play at home.
The neat thing about them was
bought all
the
the
pictures on them, because they'd have pictures on the video.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah, well, and you know, albums used to do that. They would put pictures on the album or make the albums different color vinyl, which was neat. I tell you what, and the new card stuff is, if you go out there, you gotta, you know, bring your phone, because it's hard to know what stuff's worth. A friend of ours who comes on the show, Travis Fenstemacher, he went and bought some cards at Walmart one day, and looked through them, and he had a card in there he sold the same day for $2,000. For $2,000.
So it doesn't even come with bubble gum anymore.
And what's sad, guess what the post office did? Lost it.
Oh.
It was.
Did he ever get it back?
He did finally. They did finally get it to the guy who bought it, but he paid for overnight shipping. Get it there.
Yep.
It was like 3 weeks. $2,000. And I don't know. You know, I mean, I got sets that are worth several $100s, but there's just so much new stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Jersey on
I'm probably sitting on at least 100,000 baseball cards at the house.
See,
and I've given away a lot of them.
About Mr.
Excuse me.
There's a lot of baseball cards.
It is.
Hey, Pogs. Bring me some Pogs this week. Or anything sports you want to sell, I'll try to sell it for you out there. But something you may want to check out, because he's doing one of these once a month, so you can put him in your schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Usually he has a food truck out there as well.
Nice.
So,
and you go out there, you never know what you're going to find or who you're going to run into, you know.
Last month he had, who was that last month he had out there?
Fulcher, wasn't it?
David Fulcher.
Fulcher, the Bengals,
He's
yeah.
talking like he's going to try to get George Foster there next month, which he's an ex-Red.
Yeah, George.
I know where he lives.
Do you
He lives in
really?
Montgomery, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Paul O'Neill still lives in Montgomery too, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Steph's favorite ball player.
So George Foster, the big thing he's adding this month is, like I said, he's just maybe having some toy vendors. He asked me if I want 2 tables. I said, well, yeah, if you need me. But if you don't need me, I don't, because I'm small potatoes. But, you know, all these, one guy sold out every card he had last time.
There's a vintage toy shop in Wilmington, like right across from the fairgrounds. Have you been there before?
No, I've not been there.
It's 2 businesses. It's called Sister. It's on Josephine and Main Street.
Oh, it's right there where the Y is, where the point is, yeah.
There's Sister is like antiques, and then next to that is vintage toys.
Well, there's a bookstore right around the corner here, isn't there?
Yeah,
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Is it used books or what is it?
It's both. Yeah.
I've not been there either.
It's a nice shop. It's a nice shop.
I need to.
I wish someone would come into that old State Farm, where State Farm used to be.
Yeah. That's a nice little room there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
I'm not going to get on a rampage here, but one thing.
22.
Well, no, I'm just going to say it was not being specific. One thing about these places where you can do things. Now, I'm not talking about Roberts. Roberts, they're busy all the time. The Roberts Center. I'm not, but the fairgrounds and some of these other places, you need to make it where people want to use your facilities more. You know what I mean?
Make it people friendly or a cheaper rent or whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, I mean, because like I said, the fairgrounds is perfect because it's parking. Yeah, I heard
Roberts Center. When I used to do a car show out there. You don't know this. It's an indoor car show. We did it for 11 years, and we raised money for Alzheimer's. We ended up giving like $12,000 to Alzheimer's over the years, but they worked on a split. They half of everything that came in they got, plus of course they got all the food, but half of everything we brought in they got, and the other half, minus my expenses, went to Alzheimer's. So it would be nice if we could get some more people willing to do stuff like that, because we could do a lot more for charities, and we could add more events to the community.
Isn't the community room at the city building free?
I think it is, but it's not big enough for the stuff like I'm talking about.
Well, we've got a community room upstairs as well here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the fairgrounds, you got some, like Rick says, with the parking. Here's the parking again, but yeah, it just you got to attract it. You got to work with people a little more. I think.
yeah, you got to let them know it's out there that they can actually rent.
That would be something good to have, a resource.
The market.
Yeah, like, hey, like the community room's free, or the Sabina Park is free. You just need to, get your name on the schedule. I don't know what it costs, like to rent the shelter houses out to Denver Williams Park, if anything.
I don't think there is. I think again, like Sabina, you just got to get your name out there early.
You got to sign up.
And you got to, because when the springtime and the summertime rolls around, all the parties and birthday parties and stuff like that start booking everything out.
That would be a good source, though.
Yeah.
To have of, and if you didn't know what certain things were, or, people didn't want to tell you, you could at least tell them other spaces available, the Roberts Center. The Roberts, used to be the old Roberts Arena, the World Equestrian Center. That would be nice to have. I'm just saying,
Didn't you do a car show out at the World Equestrian Center?
I do one every year. We're doing another one this year. We've done four or five of them.
I find those people a little hard to deal with.
Well, the problem with that and the problem with the Roberts.
I have no problem with Larry Roberts.
No.
Robbie's a little different.
When I was dealing with the Roberts Center, they changed hands so many times. People that were the people you had to deal with. Like I worked with a lady several years in a row named Judy Clark. She was awesome.
Sarah does. She says they do reunions all the time. Sarah, are you coming to Sunday's meeting, or are you one of the people that aren't going to make it? And if you are coming, bring your friend so that we can talk to her as well. You hear me?
So Rick's talking about let's get personal. Which, who knows, maybe we'll have an ad for here in just a minute. It's time to take a break.
No, I'm not going to.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us. A young couple, creatively challenged, turned away from a popular rock band's long-awaited concert.
And all because they couldn't imagine dragons.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Heart-wrenching stories just like these,
as well as others like my bunny being stuck in a tree,
are just a sample of the made-up news you can count on from us on The Murphy Report. Every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Amanda, did I ever tell you I was in a band?
Oh, no. Steve, what was the name of the band?
Well, it was actually a tribute band, and we were a tribute band to a tribute band, which happened to be a tribute band to a band named Tribute.
Well, that sounds like it's ripe for confusion.
Oh, after 7 months on the road and no showers, we were ripe all right. Almost as ripe as your feet.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
Well, good, you can mention it again today.
All the best people hang out here.
All right, we are back.
Sarah,
and we just,
Sunday, that's what I'm talking about. And bring your friends.
Sarah, he wants you to bring all your single lady friends
No,
Sunday.
just the one that you sent me
That's
the
what it
picture
sounds
of.
like. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a response.
All right. So yeah, you're vice president
Yeah,
of
this is
the
like my
Clinton
Facebook.
County Republican Women's Club.
Clinton County Republican Women's Club, and Krista, she's the president then?
She is
the
on the
treasurer.
scholarship committee.
She's on the
I think.
scholarship.
Yeah.
The president is
Diane Ron.
Ronimus, Diane. Yeah, I do that. All right, and tomorrow, that just leads us in. Tomorrow's guests are going to be Kelly and Krista Tolliver. They're going to be on tomorrow.
So are we talking computers or are we talking...
We're talking Republicans, we're talking politics,
Well,
we're
that'd
talking
be a big show.
we're talking about the most important thing of all, baby. Chili.
Yeah, we have a chili cook-off coming up April 14th from 6 to 7:30 in the community room in the city building, and we're gonna have like several chefs. $5 to vote, and then at the end they'll announce like the winners. And also we will have Judge Matthew Byron to speak about the 12th District Court of Appeals and the court system.
He's supposed to be coming on here, Turk. Okay. So what day is this again?
April 14th.
April 14th. So that's next Monday at what time?
6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30, and $5. You can go in there and sample all the chili and vote, right?
Well, you just have to pay $5 per vote. So they'll have like boxes or bags or something, and you come in, you try the chili, and then to vote on which chili you think is the best, it's $5 per vote.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this again. It costs $5 to try the chili.
Well, yeah. I mean, just to vote on who you can bring like as much money or as little money as you want, but just like for a
Okay, so
vote
I don't
to
have.
count.
So if I don't want to vote, I just go in there and eat free chili.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me. I'm trying to get you to at least collect $5 from me. I'm cheap. You remember?
Yeah, that's true.
That's an understatement.
That's a very good descriptive word.
This is a conservative chili cook-off, not a...
Well, exactly. I'm cheap.
So-
Conservative.
Okay.
Exactly. I'm not going to be liberal with my money. I'm going to be conservative with my money. Thank you, Dustin, for proving my point.
You were a closet liberal.
Don't encourage him.
I love it when people argue my point for me and they're arguing against me. Now, Dustin, last time we talked, you said something about having an open market in your store,
Is that the one you were ragging on him about?
I didn't write. I was more worried about his protection. Matter of fact, we even talked like he should carry. We may talk conceal and carry one day too.
Yeah.
It's open carry now, Charlie. You don't
Well,
have to worry.
either way, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to have a small farm stand and self-serve cafe in the lobby of my office building on North South Street by the dance studio and the city building and People's Bank. So I'm hoping to just create something in our downtown people can walk to, have a reason to walk downtown, have a good time, grab some produce, baked good items, eggs, milks from local producers.
Eggs?
Yeah, eggs.
Oh, wow.
And
You gotta put the bars up for those.
No, they're down to actually
$3 a dozen.
now.
Yeah.
Eric, or help me out. Dennis and April Surface is buying $3 a dozen.
yeah, I was actually at first state bank yesterday, and the teller was like, "Are you that guy doing bite-sized market?" And I was like, "I'm glad the word's getting around." Yeah, that's the hope.
That's good.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think people are excited too. I think people want that kind of stuff. So
That's better. Are you that guy in the post office?
what?
That's where you used to put the most wanted pictures in the post office. They don't do that anymore, though, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Do they do that?
Yeah, and kids that are missing, they post
Kids
them
are
in the
missing.
offices.
I know
Yeah,
you used to go in there, you could look all through them. The 10 most wanted.
Yeah. We also want to make it open extended hours. So we talked last time about doing it 24/7.
Yeah,
That was my hope and dream, and it maybe, but I think at least to start, we'll do 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, like our business hours, so we can monitor it,
Good idea.
and also educate people on what it is when they come in, so they know like what it's about. And then we may do some kind of like Costco Sam's membership kind of thing, where you can pay a fee and then get extended access. So pay like an annual fee, you can come in at any time.
Even the weight room there, the rounding up center or whatever.
So the hope is to one with that system, it helps security, so we know who's coming in at all hours.
Sure.
But also it helps revenue, it helps support sustaining the market too. So I'm not sure how much money I'm going to make with the farm stand, but trying to find some ways to at least make it not costing me.
At least if you're tracking, you'll know if anyone's abusing.
Hey, I got a great idea for you.
Yeah, for sure. Stealing,
Axe throwing.
Yeah, through my window.
You know what? You could do this little putt-putt thing.
Charlie, it's
That's
not big
big.
enough.
All the putt-putt thing you could. Putt-putt thing, all you need is, seriously, you just need maybe a 8 by 4 foot area. That's all you
You
need.
got 8x4 laying around anywhere?
I think that's
A
probably
floor.
the whole space thing. Like
Your place is that small?
Charlie has
the
not
lobby
seen
itself,
the space.
lobby. It's just the lobby that's going to be the market. Yeah.
Just a lobby.
Just a lot.
I always like those suggestions.
Oh, well, hey, some people have liked them and some people can make some money, and I don't want any of it. We have a bunch of eggs. We collect about 30 a day, and soon I will have honey.
Who's that?
Sarah Fife.
Oh, nice.
So how much are you selling your eggs for, Sarah Fife? 30 eggs a day, that's pretty good.
That's a lot. A lot of chickens.
Now in the city of Wilmington, are you allowed to have chickens?
10.
10. You can have 10 chickens in the city of Wilmington.
No roosters.
No roosters. Do you want to hear? I have chickens in my house.
Yeah, in your house?
Not in my house. In my backyard.
You said in your house.
I know, at my house. I have some tragic stories I can share.
Tragic stories?
Oh.
What?
You want to hear some juicy stories?
Did you have one for dinner?
No, not recently. So we had those rains recently, right?
Right.
The storms, and I have a watering thing for the chickens, and the top of it blew off because I didn't strap it down. And one of the chickens, they love to get on top of things.
Oh no.
So it got on top of it and it fell in and it couldn't get out. So I came out and it drowned.
Oh.
Dang. So
Teach them all how to swim.
You have to put some tape on the top of that or
I
something.
did strap it down, but it's at that city farm life.
City
Live
farm
and learn.
life.
Uh-huh.
What? Do you have any other exotic animals?
No.
They're not exotic.
Chickens are like take care of themselves. They're like outdoor,
I'm
like
just
cats.
throwing that
are
out
beneficial.
there. Like what?
They're like cats that produce something, like
Cats, yeah.
take care of themselves.
Did you guys see a picture of my cat, the little kitten last night I had?
Yes, it was,
I tell you, the women just loved it, didn't they?
There was 5 women that inboxed me after the fact.
They wanted that little kitten. Y'all see it? It's,
oh yeah, you're getting
it's a
away.
fluff ball.
Yep.
I mean, that thing's like that. The thing's only probably about that big, but it's about that
Little
big.
fur ball.
It's a fluff ball, yeah. And one, we call it Dirty Bud. It doesn't have a tail.
No tail.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I
still
just
going.
thought maybe she sat in the water, and
No tail,
the
it's
tail
weird.
kind of went under, tucked under. I looked this morning, and there is nothing there.
No tail.
Except the knob, where it should be.
It's interesting.
Maybe it's a gerbil.
No, it's a cat.
One that sits on your shoulder, Charlie.
No, that wasn't Dirty Bud. That was Fluff Ball. Fluff Ball was on my shoulder. Yeah, they're hilarious. I tell you, I never really. Cats just take care of themselves better than dogs. That's why I like the cats. I don't mind them too much. especially when they're all my wife. She's got to take care of all that stuff. So, Dustin, anything else exciting you want to tell us about that's coming up? Because we only have a couple minutes left.
I'm sure we'll have a meeting for our Charter City Steering Committee in May sometime. We'll have a guest.
Do you have a
speaker.
committee meeting? Do you have a committee?
We're building a committee, yeah. But it's open to the public, so you can come in.
You got Rick on it yet?
You ought to check with Greenfield, just to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
why they're
For sure.
if they are doing it.
I can't imagine that deterring me. Just again, I don't.
We're not saying to deter you, just find out.
Sure, like just
Fact finding, brother. Fact
No,
finding.
yeah, because I have heard a lot of cities who use a charter and it's beneficial, but then there's, I like, yeah, why did you?
Especially since they're in similar size.
Ask me that off the air.
It would just be something to look at.
All the guests we've had so far have been our size. Like we try to not get charter cities who are like way bigger than us.
Well, they're smaller. Greenfield's like Blanchester. They're right on that 5,000 edge. You know, like the school, for some reason, it's not a city, but they call it the exempted village school. And I taught there for 15 years and still can't tell you why. It's just the way they do government. It's like doing your charter city. It's just the way they run the school district.
We could maybe have them in as a guest, as like a what went wrong, like why did this not work for you?
Well, what went wrong?
I mean, like with our committee,
Well,
even
they may not even be doing it. Charlie only heard that.
That's why. That's true. From what I understood, they were trying to switch back, but I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why, and that's all I know about it. No, I'm very upfront saying I don't know a lot about it, but even if they haven't, that's just another city to talk to.
For sure.
To confirm.
Yeah.
All right. We're just about out of time. To let you know who's coming on, tomorrow we have Krista and Kelly Tolliver. Thursday was supposed to be Bill Lehrman, but he's moved to Friday. But Thursday, I know we have Uncle Punky coming in. And probably Travis Fenstemacher. Still looking for a, quote, guest. Well, you're coming Thursday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Maddie's back Thursday. And you're more than welcome to come tomorrow with Krista. Krista would love seeing you.
After work.
Dustin, give her off. I know your boss. I'll write you an excuse.
Oh my God.
There you go. He'll survive. Just come in for an hour, 8 to 9. What time are you supposed to be there? 9?
8 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, right. Ding, 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 ding. You know what that is? That's the bullshit meter going off right there. See, look at her. She's getting red in the face. She knows. Friday.
We don't play the games.
Friday, we have Seth Caldwell coming in. Seth is a salesman out at Bosom. I don't know Seth real well, but I've watched a couple of his ads on Facebook, and the guy is energy times 4. So he should be a fun guest to have. Don't forget the card show Saturday. Final thought. You never know what you can do until you have to do it. And I tell you what, you think that's deep. You never know what you can do until you have to do it. Life puts us in situations sometimes we don't like, and a lot of times we comment on stuff that we've never been through. And then once we're in that situation, it's like, maybe I need to rethink this a little bit. And that quote was by Betty Ford, who was born on this date but has since passed away. Thank you to this beautiful, that's probably one of the best looking panels we ever had.
I'd say so, yeah.
Even with Rick and me on here. All right. All right, guys, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything. Come back tomorrow. Come back Thursday. You're welcome anytime.
Yes, sir.
You can come anytime.